And on the wrap tonight, we've got a deal with Iran. Well, sort of. We'll show you what we mean. Also, Indiana's governor is facing serious backlash from social conservatives over changes coming to his state's religious freedom law. Should he have bowed to the pressure? Scores of students on a college campus in Kenya murdered today by an Islamic terror group, their crime being Christian. Also, Secretary of State John Kerry refuses to give up on a nuclear agreement with Iran. Is vanity the reason? This is the Daily Wrap. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Joe Concha with the man who used an Enigma machine to crack German codes in World War II, thereby turning the tide against the Nazis and providing the freedom we enjoy today. My hero, my co-host, Rick Unger.
Did you see my movie?
You were well, whoever portrayed you was outstanding. The computers didn't even exist then to be able to do that. Also joining us, the woman many inside the Beltway are calling Carly Fiorina's top choice as a running mate if and when she runs. What an honor. Heather Hansen looking well and
Good
bright.
To be here. Bright, yes.
Yes, for a bright sunny day here in New York. And the founder of the Wisdom Daily and former spiritual advisor to Anthony Weiner. Who knew?
Not me.
Oh, boy.
Not yet, Rabbi.
You weren't aware either?
You
wouldn't
so
have done
much
that
in
if
the
I
intro.
had, I promise.
Okay, let's go to the Daily Download. And today, President Obama announcing that Secretary of State John Kerry and other major world powers have agreed to a framework deal with Iran.
Today, after many months of tough, principled diplomacy, we have achieved the framework for that deal. And it is a good deal, a deal that meets our core objectives. This framework would cut off every pathway that Iran could take to develop a nuclear weapon.
The president saying the deal is not based on trust.
So this deal is not based on trust. It's based on unprecedented verification.
He then spilled out some of the deal's points.
First, Iran will not be able to pursue a bomb using plutonium because it will not develop weapons-grade plutonium. The core of its reactor at Arak will be dismantled and replaced. The spent fuel from that facility will be shipped out of Iran for the life of the reactor. Iran will not build a new heavy water reactor, and Iran will not reprocess fuel from its existing reactors, ever.
And there's more.
Second, this deal shuts down Iran's path to a bomb using enriched uranium. Iran has agreed that its installed centrifuges will be reduced by 2/3. Iran will no longer enrich uranium at its Fordo facility. Iran will not enrich uranium with its advanced centrifuges for at least the next 10 years. The vast majority of Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium will be neutralized.
Seems the president has a lot of faith in Iran.
Iran has agreed that it will not stockpile the materials needed to build a weapon, even if it violated the deal. For the next decade at least, Iran would be a minimum of a year away from acquiring enough material for a bomb. And the strict limitations on Iran's stockpile will last for 15 years.
And finally, the commander-in-chief appearing to place ample trust in international inspectors.
International inspectors will have unprecedented access not only to Iranian nuclear facilities, but to the entire supply chain that supports Iran's nuclear program, from uranium mills that provide the raw materials to the centrifuge production and storage facilities that support the program. If Iran cheats, the world will know it.
Okay, so let's bring in former FBI special agent and former Navy SEAL and founder of U.S. Continued Services, Jonathan Gilliam, joins us. Jonathan, it seems like the president is showing a lot of trust in Iran. What did you make of this announcement?
I'm actually just speechless. I mean, everything is a promise by Iran, and it just makes no sense. I mean, I've never heard of negotiations with a crazy, manipulative, maniacal, administration such as Iran, where it sounds like something out of a movie. You know, like when the Terminator came here and he said, "I swear I will not kill anybody." and the kid just took his word for it. I mean, it's the most craziest thing I've ever heard, and it just goes to show you that this administration, I've always said you can measure what they're really good at because they're really good at it. That's running for office, probably better than anybody. But you can take that same measurement of expertise and professionalism and apply it to the other things that they do, such as going to sitting at the table to talk about nuclear power with a crazy Islamic country like Iran, and it's a complete failure. I mean, I have no idea how he plans to have all these things monitored and carried out. And the other thing I heard is in 15 years, they will then be able to possibly get a bomb. So basically, he's, again, pushing it all off on the next generation.
And just to correct you, and you're bigger than me, so I don't like doing this very often. That was Terminator 2 with the kid, not Terminator, just so you know. But in all seriousness, I'm going to let Rick ask a question.
Hey, Jonathan, I heard the word crazy quite a bit. I wonder if it's a great idea to go into a discussion or to approach any nation in the world by expecting that they're crazy. My suggestion would be they're not so crazy. They know exactly what they're doing. We may not like what they do. We may not agree with their religious precepts or whatever the case may be. But my suspicion is if they're crazy like a fox. So where that gets us is the real problem, let's put it this way. If you knew for a certainty, and I know you don't, but if you knew for a certainty that we could verify all the things that are in that agreement, would you start to like it a little bit better?
No.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because when I say crazy, okay, I understand what you're saying, crazy like a fox, but the reality is, Rick, this is a administration of Iran, and the religious leaders of Iran say that they want to wipe Israel off the earth. They've said before, the previous Ahmadinejad, the previous leader of Iran, political leader, said that he didn't even believe in the Holocaust. So, yes, crazy like a fox, but also crazy. They belong to fundamental Islam, the same movement that you see ISIS carrying out. They're just from a different sect, Sharia and Sunni. As soon as one eliminates the other, they're going to continue to try to have global domination. That's what's happening here.
Yep, and we see that all across the world right now, this almost world war that's spreading to all these different countries between the Shia and the Sunni. Jonathan, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your input.
Got it.
And coming up next, more on today's deal with Iran. This is The Daily Wrap, and it's only on Newsmax TV.